12. An airplane descends from an altitude of 9,500 feet to 5,000 feet at a constant rate of 400 feet per minute. What type of function best models the relationship between the descending airplane's altitude and time? So we can express this altitude and time in a graph. For example, the x-axis can be time and the y-axis could be the altitude. So this airplane initially has an altitude of 9,500 feet. Let's say that it is this point, and then descends to 5,000 feet. Doesn't matter the time right now because we want to find what function best models this relationship. If we connect these points, and we know that there's a constant rate, so it has to be linear. Because if this function would be exponential, it would look like a parabola, like this or like that. And no, it does not have that, and it does not have that tendency. It cannot be A nor C. It's linear, but it is increasing or decreasing. We know the answer. If it goes from 9,500 to 5,000 feet, that means that it is descending, as we can see in this graph. So definitely it is not increasing. So the right answer is B, decreasing linear. 13. The solution to the given system of equations is 13. We have two equations. The solution to the given system of equations is xy. What is the value of y? So we can solve these two equations and find the value of y. This is the first equation and this is the second equation. We could do operations here to isolate the y because we want to find y, to cancel out the x variable. So since these two are the same, 3x and 3x, we could multiply one by a negative. So let's say the first equation times negative. So if we multiply all the terms of the first equation with negative, we'll get this minus 3x minus 6 equal to negative 4y. Now we copy the second equation, 3x plus 4 is equal to 2y. And we just add these two equations. We can cancel out the 3x. Negative 3x plus 3x is 0. Minus 6 plus 4 is negative 2, equal to negative 4y plus 2y is negative 2 times y. So we have negative 2 is equal to negative 2y. We can multiply the terms by a negative sign, so it becomes positive. And we can divide by 2 to isolate the variable y, and we get this. 2 divided by 2 is equal to 1. 1 is equal to 2 divided by 2 is 1, y. So finally, y is equal to 1. The value of y is 1. 14. The function of f is defined by f of x equal to x minus 6 times parenthesis x minus 2 times parenthesis x plus 6. In the xy plane, the graph of y is equal to g of x. That's important. Is the result of translating the graph y equal f of x up 4 units. What is the value? So from the problem we can read that the graph of y is equal to g of x is the result of translating the graph 4 units up. So this function plus 4, because we are adding 4 units to the value of y. And we know that y is equal to f of x. So we can say that f of x is equal to g of x. G of x is equal to f of x. So the function g of x when x is equal to 0 is equal to x minus 6, x minus 2 times x plus 6 plus 4. So this means that x will be equal to 0. G of 0 is equal to 0 minus 6 times 0 minus 2 times 0 plus 6 plus 4. The function g is equal to 0 minus 6 is equal to negative 6 times 0 minus 2 is equal to negative 2 times 0 plus 6 is 6, and all of this multiplication plus 4. G of 0 is equal to minus 6 times negative 2 is positive 12. 12 times 6 is equal to 72. Positive 72 plus 4. Finally, g of 0 is equal to 72 plus 4, which is 76. So this is the final answer. This is the value of the function when x is equal to 0. The function f of w is equal to 6w to the square gives the area of a rectangle in square feet if its width is w feet and its length is 6 times its width. Which of the following is the best interpretation of f of 14 equal to 1176? And we had 4 options. So from this we can see that it is the formula of the area, which is equal to length times width to the square. The area, the answer of an area is equal to the units to the square, in this case feet to the square. So it could be this. So this function means that if the width is equal to 14, then the area is equal to 1176. Which seems to be A. Let's see for B. If the width of the rectangle is 14 feet, then the length of the rectangle is 1176. No, because the length is 6. C. If the width of the rectangle is 1,176 feet, then the length of the rectangle is 14 feet. No, because from this formula, the width has to be 14. Why? Because we have it here, and this is the value. It is not C. What about D? If the width of the rectangle is 1,176. So again, no. The length has to be 6, 2. So it has to be A. If the width of the rectangle is 14 feet, which is what we can see here, 14 feet, then the area of the rectangle is 1,176 feet to the square. So the area is to the square and the width is 14. The right answer is A.